Hey everybody, it's Lisa here. I just wanted to do a little Facebook Live on some deep thoughts I had recently about law of attraction stuff in your chakras. And I guess I was thinking about this because I was doing this guided meditation about law of attraction and kind of tuning into what it is. One of the questions in it was, what do you want? What are you trying to have in mind? Something that that you want to pull in. And I realized that it was sort of hard for me to focus on what it is I really wanted because I guess it depends on what chakra I'm looking through. So let me explain what I mean. Like, each of our chakras, we have these 7 chakras, and each of our chakras is really attuned or aligned to a different aspect of our lives. So if, for example, you're doing manifesting from your first chakra, which is like your body, your physical survival needs, we really desire, need, or want a certain kind of, you want food on the table, you want money in the bank, you want, stability, comfortable home, right? And your second chakra, which is the navel chakra, the lower belly chakra, will definitely want something different. That part of you will want play, pleasure. It's kind of a rowdy little chakra. It's a lot of fun, but it can be kind of like a YOLO chakra. Like, I want what I want right now, and I'm just going to go for the pleasure, then the play that's here in the moment, right? I realized that I was a very third chakra, so the solar plexus manifesting kind of person. And I think a lot of us, I just actually had this hit that I get stuck there. I get stuck in the third chakra, and our third chakra is about our image, our personal power, our material life. And what we might want to manifest from there is like how we look, how we fit into the world, what kind of car you drive, how successful you think you are in terms of the markers of life. I live in this address. I have this kind of car. I sold this many copies of my book, which is what I was actually kind of thinking on. Like, wow, I really, want to sell like 5,000 copies of my book in the first month. And that's not that that's a bad goal, but I got sort of this hit about lifting my frequency up to my heart and looking at like, what does my heart want? My heart has a much different set of desires from the lower chakras. And in my heart, it's not like about changing my life so much as it is about accepting myself as I am. So from my heart, my deepest desire was to fully love myself and my body exactly as I am right now, of fully, kind of loving the world, of being of service in the world, of having to love and be loved in this unconditional way. It's totally different from wanting to create, and none of these are bad, actually. We sort of have to develop them in order. Like, when you don't have food on the table or you're struggling for survival, the other things don't really matter. We kind of have to take care of business on every one of these levels as we manifest our way or attract our way up the chakras. And then when we get to the throat chakra, the voice, there's this desire to create or manifest how we speak in the world, how people hear us, how we express ourselves. And I was thinking kind of like about Martin Luther King or Gandhi, or those people who above all else, almost at the expense of themselves, are desiring to express themselves. And then when I touched into the upper chakras, the 6th and 7th chakra, I could feel like more this spiritual desire, like the desire in the upper chakra to be one with God. And I've been spending a lot of time meditating lately and doing these really deep meditations where I'm tapping into this divine kind of union, and really when I'm up there and really kind of feeling the oneness with sort of spiritual union, then the craving or the desires of the lower chakras settle down, even though we still really need to deal with that aspect of life, of course. So anyway, I just thought it was kind of an interesting take. It certainly was for me. and especially feeling very stuck at that third chakra level. And I know I have a tendency to do that, or to really want to like muscle my way through life, or manage my way through life, or discipline my way through life. And I can do all those things actually if I want to. And how different it was to lift my energy up into my heart and choose. So I after that decided that I was going to do the same kind of manifestation meditation, but from my heart. And it was, I wanted a whole totally different set of things than I did from the lower self, the lower chakras. So I don't know, I just thought it was an interesting kind of topic, and really it's just had so much insight into myself and what it was like to create. So I made it sort of a commitment to myself to try for a little while to create my heart's desire rather than the lower chakras desires, and see what that brings me, see where that takes me. So and then, you know, really getting curious in a way about that idea of when you come from the higher spiritual centers, the desire for union with the divine kind of becomes the most important thing really after that. So I think what a lot of times when we go into manifesting or we think about law of attraction stuff, we get very confused, because if your chakras all want different things, this one wants this and that one wants that and this one wants that one, we have a very hard time sort of creating stuff, you know, and because we don't agree with ourselves, we're not congruent with what our desire is. And it was just so interesting for me that where I became congruent in my desire was when I got to the heart. So that was my interesting thought of the day, and I would love to hear about your law of attraction. You know, what works for you. Like, are you aware which chakra you're trying to manifest in, and what result happens for you when you do that? I'd love to hear that. So I'll post a little message from that if you have any interesting things there. So anyway, thanks a lot, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.